I don't think we necessarily have an agenda when we review each and every application. And with a collection of schools and colleges at NYU, each individual program at NYU might be looking for something a little bit different. But I would say there are some thematic elements that we're looking for when we're looking at applications and we're evaluating each candidate. I would say we tend to gravitate to candidates that really have a burning interest in being in an urban environment. Students really have to be comfortable not only within a large campus community, but within the largest city, at least in North America. And I think we're looking for students that will really harness the energy of the city and will take advantage of the city.
There are a couple things you need to apply to NYU. First, you're going to need the Common Application, which is available online, as well as the NYU Supplement. In addition to that, you also have to submit some kind of standardized testing and 2 letters of recommendation.
So truthfully, I will admit that standardized testing at NYU does play a pretty prominent role in how we make our final admission decisions. But one of the things that I think prospective students believe is that standardized testing has actually more of an influence than it really does. So while it is an important variable in the admission process, and standardized testing in some shape or form is required for admission to NYU, standardized testing is not going to be the end-all be-all of a student's admission decision. And no student is either going to be offered a spot in the freshman class at NYU or not offered a spot in the freshman class at NYU exclusively on the basis of an SAT score or an ACT score.
So the concept of the Global Network University means that obviously we have our 2 main campuses in New York City and of course in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, where students can study for 4 years and earn their baccalaureate degree at either of those campuses. But it also means that we have 10 global sites throughout the world on 5 continents where students can kind of inject a global experience into their curriculum throughout their 4 years. Our president really thinks of it as a circulatory system where students can seamlessly integrate different global components into their education.
So all programs in Tisch and 3 specific programs in Steinhardt, educational theater, studio art, and music, all require an audition or portfolio for admissions, which is separate from any of the other programs that students apply to. The audition and portfolio is actually 50% of the entire application. The other 50% is the academics. So our office, the undergraduate admissions side of it, is going to review the academic portion. The actual departments, the individual departments, are going to be the ones actually orchestrating and reviewing each audition and portfolio. We see who passes both components and then come together to create that Tisch or Steinhardt class in the arts.
Is NYU affordable? Obviously, there's a context to that question. There's no mistake about it. NYU is an investment, but I think it's an informed investment. Students really need to sit down with their parents and have a conversation about what makes NYU a reality and a possibility. I think there's really some dynamics to consider in terms of long-term potential. That said, we do give students the opportunity to finance their education, whether it be scholarship, both need, merit, or talent-based, as well as financial aid through the FAFSA form.
Students can immerse themselves in a myriad of activities here at the university. We have over 400 clubs and organizations that run the gamut from religious-based organizations to social clubs to a cappella groups and theater and dance and what have you. For the student who's worried about where they're going to live at NYU, don't worry. We have housing guaranteed for all students for all 4 years. We have 21 undergraduate residence halls, 7 of them which are freshman halls, which are right around Washington Square. Allows you easy access to all of your classes. You can roll out of bed and get to class in 5 minutes.
I'm blown away by the level of professional engagement that students have with New York City. And when you look at our students at NYU in terms of what really distinguishes NYU students from virtually every other college university in America, it's that professional engagement that our students have with their city and their environment. In fact, more often than not, I find that students at NYU have multiple internships, and it's not uncommon for me to encounter NYU students that sometimes have 2 or 3 internships by the time they graduate, or research assistantships, or professional work experiences with organizations that most high school seniors only dream about.